All right, this is James of the John Economy. In our last videos, we talked about um, Warren Buffett's Occidental pick and how we're going to have a shortage of oil in the end of 2024, definitely 2025. How the U.S. Crude oil production, the U.S. as a whole, is getting cut back in 2024, which is going to mean less supply, but demand is going to stay the same. Today, right now, we're going to look about how the SEB commodity chief says no chance OPEC plus, that's OPIC plus, will fold cards now. What does he mean? So Saudi slash OPEC plus, this is basically a conglomeration of companies that are mostly in the Middle East, some in Africa, that come together and say, hey, as a one unit, we're going to agree on how much production so we can affect the price of oil, right? Of them, Saudi Arabia is the largest, they're the biggest kid in the room, right? Whatever they do is going to affect the price of oil more than any other of these countries. Like Nigeria, they can say, hey, we're raising production, we're lowering production, not really going to affect the price of oil. If Saudi comes out and says the same thing, the price of oil is going to go up or down, no doubt, right? So keep in mind that it's OPEC plus. This includes a lot of countries. You can Google for yourself. But Saudi is really the biggest kid in the room, if you get my drift, right? So right now, what's looking to happen is Saudi is wanting, all the rumors, everyone's been telling me that Saudi has been wanting to keep oil at around $90 because it wants to invest in non-oil infrastructure stuff, right? And so it needs oil and gas to be higher so it can take that money and put it other places, right? Because it's Saudi's got oil. It doesn't need more oil, right? So let's see here what they say. It's a great concern for a long time has been that incredible rise in interest rates would lead to recession. If that were to happen, it would kill oil demand cyclically and possibly force Saudi OPEC to increase production, let the oil price fall, thus reducing U.S. shale oil production to a more sustainable level, he added. He said, hey, it's a very interesting read. They go through it. Let's see here. These emerging signs of improvement are music to the ears of Saudi OPEC plus. It almost seems too good to be true amid interest rates hikes in the U.S., geopolitical turmoil, EU energy crisis. We talked about that in one of the last videos, that they're not going to get any natural gas from the U.S. until our administration changes things, and Chinese profit market problems still. It's what the PIMs have been indicated. With the emerging signs of global revival, it's very unlikely that Saudi OPEC Plus will cave in and switch for price over volume to volume over price. What does that mean? In fact, it's kind of like a seesaw, right? The higher the price, or you can lower volume on one side to raise price, or you can increase price or volume on one side to lower price, right? And this is easy stuff. The biggest thing is that they're going to look at volume first, which is going to affect price, right? They're not going to look at the other side. So what they're looking to do is they're looking to keep it higher for longer. Saudi doesn't have the capital reserves it did in 2020 when Saudi and Russia flooded the supply of oil in the global market to crush U.S. producers. This time, Saudi needs oil to be at around $9 a barrel. However, this time Saudi will not try to gain an innocuous solution by adding more barrel supply, would rather adhere to continued supply reduction to force a continued focus on the supply side of the problem. What makes this happen? Saudi, do not have the financial capabilities or production bandwidth to meet that increased supply solution, at least not for a while. Thus, they are limited to a continued downwards pressure to supply to lift the price per barrel of oil globally, right? In other words, they don't have the capabilities. The only way they can get oil to $9 a barrel is to lower production, lower supply, and make more by sending out less, just kind of like a diamonds market, right? If De Beers floods the diamonds market, then the price is going to go down. So they keep it slowly coming out to keep the prices high. And here's what I'll end with this one on. Anyone looking at the market for commodities only as it sits today misses the global market's true long-term effort and expected use of collaborative effort to slightly starve the market slowly in order to see a controlled rise in oil prices to levels that ascertain maximum profits while not crushing global economies. That's the thing. They want to get more profits without crushing the global economies. They know that if they cut supply back too fast, oil price is going to fly up, going to crush the global economy, right? So they do it slowly, methodically, and people will get used to it, right? If gas at the pump only goes up 25 cents a gallon every month, it's not, maybe every 2 months, it's not going to be that bad, right? You're going to get used to it. Okay, it's not that bad. If it goes up 2.50 in 2 months a gallon, whoa, people are going to notice, right? And they're going to start to pull back really fast. But just like, what is it? Putting a frog in boiling water is going to jump out, right? So you put it in the pot and it slowly raises temperature. They're slowly pulling back on supply to raise the price of oil and gas. All right, let's move to this one. Premium. Okay, so premium of U.S. oil over nat gas hits 11-year. This is just going over the. I'll send you this article. This is going over the ratio of natural gas to oil, right? And they kind of like swing one way together or not type thing. So the point is here, crude. Let's see here, where is it? Typically, they're about, what was it, 16? It says somewhere in the article, about 16 or so times over gas. Yeah, on an energy equivalent basis, oil should only trade 6 times over gas. Last year, it peaked at 54 to 1. That's a bit more than 6, right? Sorry, it was April 2012. It's 20 to 1 April 2020, and it's 30 times to 20 times over in the last few years, right? So what is this saying? It's saying if natural gas is really low, oil is going to stay high, right? They kind of balance each other out is what it's saying. All right, we've talked about U.S. pulling back and stuff, and then we get this article that says all American sees record Permian crude output in 2024. Permian Basin is the largest basin in the U.S. It is the New York of oil and gas real estate, right? It's in West Texas, where they talk like this, and they just know the oil. It also extends into parts of New Mexico as well. What this article is saying is that, hey, they're going to have record outputs. They're looking at having record outputs in 2024. How are they going to do that and like the U.S. production be lower? Well, the basins that you invest in matter, the areas, right? Some will do better while others are doing worse. Just depends on the climate, right, and what's happening. What they're saying is that overall, U.S. crude production will slow down in 2024, but the production in the Permian is going to go up. So in other words, the Permian is the shining star. It's the one winning the race. These other guys, these other basins are slowing down, right? And what matters is, what makes it matter is that I've got a lot invested in the Permian. I've got, my partners do too. And so we picked the winner. We picked the winning horse, if you get my drift, right? I can see the Permian going up. I can see the in Oklahoma going up too, as well. These two are the horses that we've been betting on for a while, and there's great reasons why. The number one factor is not just that they're rich in oil and gas and particulates, and every company knows that, and they're going there, but it's also easy to get it into refining and production, right? They don't have to carry it across the U.S. They just had to carry it across Texas or some parts of Oklahoma, right? And so it makes it much easier. It's like saying, yeah, we can get, strawberries and blueberries from the guy down the street, or we can get it from the guy across the U.S. What's going to be easier? That's the guy down the street, right? So the Permian is going to be a great output. We've put ourselves in a great position. If something like this interests you, let me know. I'll give you more information. You can get on my email list. It's free. But I hope this stuff prepares you for what's happening in 2024, 2025. I'm going to be sitting pretty. I can't wait. Hopefully you'll join me in that. But whatever you do, I just hope that you do it for the best of you, make the best decision you can, live the best life you can.